In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Prepper's Pantry and doing a taste test of 3 popular brands of pre-made foods. Stick around. All right, so the Prepper's Pantry, we all like to buy these pre-made food options for our pantry. They make life so much easier, but there's a lot of different ones out there. And of course, everybody on YouTube and on social media is promoting the brands that they're being paid to promote. And I understand that. I've worked with Nutrient Survival, I've worked a little bit with For Patriot, and I've worked with Valley Foods. So these guys sent me this stuff throughout the past few years, and you know, you promote it and then you kind of forget about it. Well, I thought I would dig through my preps, pull these out, and taste test them today and just compare them so you guys get an idea of at least what I think, and then also kind of look at the breakdown of what's in them and what the prep is like on these things. That way, if you're out buying this stuff, at least you have a little bit of information more than just me telling you, oh, you need to buy this. So the first one we're going to look at is Valley Food Storage. This is their mac and cheese. And then we're going to also be looking at For Patriots. This is the America's Finest mac and cheese. And then a brand that I worked with quite a bit last year was Nutrient Survival. Now this is a little bit different. This is one of their individual packets. You can actually, I think they were selling these at Walmart at one time, but this is just an individual serving, perfect for like backpacking, camping, things like that. But it's the only thing that I have from Nutrient Survival that would compare macaroni and cheese wise. So we'll try this as well. And I'll just tell you my honest thoughts on how these things taste. All right, let's get to the kitchen and start cooking this stuff. Now the first one I wanted to try out is from Valley Food Storage. I received this from them. It's been a few years now. This is their mac and cheese. Directions are bring 1.5 cups of water to a boil, add 1/2 cup of mix to boiling water, stir well. Boil for 2 minutes, lower heat to a simmer, stir occasionally to avoid sticking. Cook for 3 to 5 minutes or until pasta is to your liking. Let it cool and enjoy. And the ingredients, pretty easy to read. We got pasta, mac and cheese powder, non-fat milk, cornstarch, butter, powdered garlic, chicken broth, yeast extract, salt, potato flour, spices, yeast extract, natural flavors, salt, color. Okay, same stuff. Less than 2% of mustard flour, ground black pepper, contains milk and wheat. And this is 5 servings per pouch, and I believe the directions is just for 1 serving. And then we have a net weight of 12.5 ounces. 1 serving, which is that 1/2 cup, is 270 calories and has 31% sodiums at 710 milligrams, 48 grams of total carbohydrates for 1 serving. So not terrible. Definitely the sodium content is a little high, and you're going to get that with a lot of these, you know, freeze-dried or bulk type foods. So let's go ahead and cook this one up. I know my wife is going to kill me for actually including our kitchen in a video, because she's just going to freak out like, oh my gosh, our kitchen's so dirty. And so I spent some time cleaning the stove, dear, and I think it looks good. I think it's presentable for video. So we added the 1.5 cups water. Gonna let that come to a boil, and then we're going to add the 1/2 cup of mix to the boiling water, and then we're going to stir it. One thing to note with this Valley Food Storage, this is a pouch that you can rip open. It's got a little tab right there, and this is resealable since it is 5 servings in here. So I can open this, use what I want, and then seal it back up. Now once I open it, of course, it's going to diminish pretty quickly. I'm going to have to use this, I would think, I don't know, within at least the next 2 or 3 weeks. Of course, you always want to remove the oxygen absorber. Get some of the flavoring off of that. And this is what our product looks like. Now here's one issue I've already found with this. This has been stored for a couple of years, and the cheese flavoring is all kind of clumped together, so I have to break that up or I'm not going to get an even distribution of flavor. There's our half cup of mac and cheese. Stir that pretty quickly. A lot of cheese powder in this, a lot. I was really surprised at how much cheese powder is in here. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I never thought when I started a YouTube channel that I'd be doing cooking videos, but here we are. All those years of watching Julia Childs as a young man is starting to pay off. I do love to cook, actually. It's probably one of my favorite things to do at home is to cook for my family, especially at holidays, special events. Love to barbecue, smoke some meat, make some Mexican food on the stove. Love all that stuff. All right, gonna let that boil. Better check the directions again just to make sure I'm remembering correctly. Boil for 2 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, it's boiling. I didn't really time it. There's kind of a dark chunk in there. I don't know what that is. That's kind of suspect because it doesn't look like anything else that's in the macaroni. Doesn't appear to be a bug. It's looks like it's a piece of a plant. It's probably the spices ground up, and then there's a section that didn't get completely ground up. Almost like a stem or a shell of something. The noodles are still semi-hard even after 5 minutes of boiling, and now I'm really losing my liquid. I'm almost thinking that I should have just made the whole package because there's no way of really getting a consistent amount of noodles and powder. So you end up with kind of a lopsided or not, I don't know, very balanced measurement on this stuff. And I'm a little disappointed that the noodles aren't even really getting that soft. They're still semi-hard, and I'm losing liquid here pretty quickly. There's not much left. So we're going to be eating semi-hard pasta. Now, if there's faults with my cooking, you can certainly comment down below and let me know what you think. Or you would have done it differently, maybe a smaller pot, I don't know. Doing the whole package would have been probably better. This is kind of what we're looking like right now. And that pasta is what I would call al dente, so we're going to turn that off because it's not going to get any better than that. So there's that. All right, so there it is. I mean, it looks good. The noodles just aren't cooked all the way. Good cheesy flavor, not bad. Not overly salty in any way. Pretty balanced, really. It's passable. I think kids would probably eat it. And that's always important when you're prepping for your family, is making sure you have options that everybody's going to like. We all know that kids can be pretty picky. So this is the 4 Patriots, America's Finest Mac and Cheese. Its directions really only gives you directions for the whole package. So I'm going to make the whole package and see if that makes a difference. This is 1 pouch. Remove oxygen absorber, stir contents into 2, or stir contents into 3 2/3 cup boiling water. So I got the water started because it's going to take a while to get that going. Reduce heat to medium, cook for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, that's a long time for pasta. So that's 1 whole pouch, and they say that's 4 servings at 260 calories a serving, so it's 10 less than the last one. Sodium is 730, so that's pretty much the same. And total carbohydrates is 4.7 grams, or no, 47 grams, I believe. 17% total carbohydrates. The net weight is 9.74 ounces. Now the ingredient list is on here, but it's a little bit harder to read. So we got elbow macaroni, some stuff I can't pronounce, riboflavin and folic acid, that's in the macaroni. We got whey, we got cheddar cheese, pasteurized milk, salt, cheese culture, buttermilk, more cheddar cheese, salt, more salt, more, oh joys, it just repeats itself. All kinds of different cheese flavorings, basically. Modified food starch, sea salt, yeast extract, onion powder, lactic acid, and black pepper. So a lot more ingredients in this thing, more preservatives it seems, than the Valley. Oxygen absorber, get rid of that. So same kind of deal. The cheese is clumpy, the powder. This has much more of a bright orange yellow color. And I don't remember seeing food dyes in this. I'll have to look again. Turn that up a little bit, and it says 20 minutes, so I'm going to take that to heart because I think that's important. I want that pasta to cook. Okay, yeah, so there is yellow dye in here. There's yellow number 5 and yellow number 6, and I think that's important because for you guys to realize or know that, because I think, in my opinion, dyes are unnecessary. It's not the way God made food, and we certainly don't need to add to it. We got about 11.5 minutes left. I'm stirring it occasionally. They said a simmer, but you know, it's that macaroni, once again, is super hard, so I'm going to bring this to a boil for the last 11 minutes. I really don't see that as being a problem. Now, while the 4 Patriots is cooking, because that's going to take 20 minutes, we're going to go ahead and do this Nutrient Survival Triple Cheese Mac. Now, like I said, this is a single serving. You just add water to this. It's a little bit different than the other ones because Nutrient Survival really pushes the whole ideal that their food is more loaded with nutrients, vitamins, minerals. You know, it's soy-free. It has 40 essential nutrients. That's what the packaging says. No artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. And if that's something that you're really, you know, keen on, this is maybe the way to go. One serving packet is 340 calories with total fat of 21 grams. Protein is 12 grams, cholesterol is 55 milligrams, sodium is 260. And the directions: pour triple mac and cheese into a bowl and add 1/3 cup of boiling water. Stir, cover, and let stand for 8 to 10 minutes. So pretty simple. And I've used these out in the field. They're pretty good out in the field, but we're gonna taste test them again and see what you guys think. Okay, here's the nutrient survival. Pale yellow color, so there's no dyes in this. The powder is more consistent, it's not clumpy. And of course, 1/3 cup of water boils very, very fast, so that's not much water at all. Get that mixed up. One thing that I found with this, using this in the field, it was very hard to, at least for me, getting that measurement of 1/3 cup of water. I don't carry a lot of measurement stuff with me when I'm camping or, you know, out bushcrafting or whatever, doing videos. So a lot of times I would make this and it'd be too soupy. Okay, this is the nutrient survival now. I mean, look at that. It's very pale yellow. Now, the 1/3 cup of water was not enough, and maybe the measurement was off a little bit, and with the boiling it probably went down. So I actually had to add hot water to it and microwave it for like a minute to get it hot and to get the moisture content right, so it's actually a good consistency. And that's, like I said, I always have a problem in the field because I usually end up making it too watery. Well, this time on the stove I made it too dry. It's very more pasty in consistency. They're not using elbow macaroni. It's more like a mini twist kind of macaroni. Smells pretty good. I haven't had this in a while, so I'm kind of trying to remember how I felt about it when I used to eat it. Pretty hot. Yeah, noodles aren't quite done. Close. You see the look on my face? There's kind of a weird aftertaste to it. It's I don't know. It's kind of bland, but it also has just a strange, it's not very macaroni and cheese like. Try one of those noodles, see if they're getting close. Still needs more. Man, these noodles are just taking forever to cook. I don't know what the deal is. It's like the directions on all of them are off. Either that or I'm not that good at following directions. I don't know. One thing to note is the color. I mean, this thing is bright yellow orange. I mean, it's brighter than Kraft macaroni and cheese dinner, which that stuff is just, you know, delicious, but probably not the greatest thing for you. It's even brighter than like Velveeta's Shells and Cheese, which has a cheese sauce, which probably has a lot of yellow dye in it. So, I don't know. Okay, this is the 4 Patriots. I gotta tell you, the consistency is, I mean, it is spot on. It actually looks really good. There's no clumps. There's no super, you know, thick, pasty sauce to it. There's a nice sauce to it. The color is a little strange because it's so bright, because I know it's not natural, but oh wow. Sure. And another thing that's kind of odd about this, or just different, I guess, but the other two, you can actually see the spices in it. So like the Valley, you could see all the chunks of pepper and all that stuff. And of course we have that one big piece of vegetable, whatever it was, in it. The nutrient survival, you could see the pepper in it, even though you really couldn't taste it. This, there's nothing. You can't see anything. It is just cheese sauce and macaroni. And that macaroni, now I've let it set a little bit, is cooked up pretty good. That's really good. See, that's not bad. That's delicious. Now, Patriot isn't paying me to say that this is the best. They're not. This is an independent test. I wanted to compare these three because I know these are popular on the market, and there are three options that people would consider. And really, I kind of hate to say that Patriot is better than the others because as a company, I really don't care for them. They're very promotional, very marketing driven. I don't know, they sell some stuff that I don't totally agree with, but the food is good. And if you have a family, this is really important. If you have a family and you have kids, you have to have stuff that they're going to want to eat, and it's going to encourage them to eat because you want to make sure that they're going to be healthy in a situation where you guys are without power for weeks on end. You got to get the kids to eat. You want to make sure that they're getting the calories they need, and it's not just junk food. Well, this is not bad. So there's the three. This is the nutrient survival. Not very appetizing looking. There's the Valley, a little bit better, but you know, it was okay. I couldn't get the noodles to cook up. You got to cook that whole package. You can of course see the spices in it, like the pepper and stuff. And then the Patriot, like that's classic looking macaroni and cheese. Looks pretty good, and it tasted really good. So there we go. There's your test. All right, guys, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button if you like this video. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about this stuff. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Prepared Wanderer. Pretty good. You know, a couple hot dogs or sausages cooked up with this, or a hamburger, maybe some Spam. I know that stuff isn't healthy, but you know, as a meat option to go with this. I mean, I'd serve this to my family at a party or a holiday gathering. It's not that bad.